Here are a few simple safety rules. Stay in your seat while the train is in motion. Keep all body parts inside the train car at all times. Do not touch any of the train car attendants or performers. And smoking is never allowed on the train. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. You've chosen a very interesting night to ride. You see, it is the 100th anniversary of the great train wreck of 1913. Yes, that is correct. On this very night, 100 years ago, this track was the scene of one of the most horrible railroad accidents in American history. Is everybody ready? How about you, Casey Jones? Very well then. All aboard. Casey Jones, let's ride. I was mentioning the train wreck of 1913, one of the darkest chapters in railroading history. Dozens of innocent travelers boarded the train on that terrible day 100 years ago. Every passenger and the entire train crew perished in the fiery crash. Some say they have seen, late at night, an apparition of the doomed train, driven by the tattered ghosts of its long-dead engineer and fireman, pulling cars filled with the tortured spirits of the ill-fated passengers. But really, what's the likelihood of seeing these phantom spirits on this anniversary night? Oh, I'd say the chances are excellent. Yes, you guessed it. I'm taking you on a special trip, a 100-year ride back to 1913. After racing across the trestle 100 years ago tonight, the engineer ignored frantic warnings about a track washout ahead. Instead, he drove his locomotive onward at full speed, taking his helpless passengers to their doom in a fiery wreck. Just ordinary folks out for an autumn train ride. For example, with promise, ending in a horrible death.
Back on my train!
Also on board that unlucky day, an army platoon, on their way to a training exercise. But they never made it to their camp, or to the Great War that began a year later. Their blood was spilled on these tracks, instead of on the battlefield. Site of the rail disaster of 100 years ago. Here, this is what happened. So many innocent lives snuffed out in a sudden and violent crash. So much death and destruction. You know what? I love of many of those victims wander through these forests, lost between the worlds of the living and the dead. You can see their eyes glowing in the darkness as they look for their missing companions. They will ever take you back to 2013? Maybe. Or maybe not. In 1913, the railroad was still expanding and pushing westward. Crews of roughneck lumberjacks cleared trails through dense mountain forests in advance of the train track construction. Little did they know, they would be viciously cut down instead. Would you like to remain here in 1913? Very well. Let me take you back then to the time from which we started. After all, the world of 2013 is so much more peaceful and free from violence, isn't it? Please remain in your seat until the train comes to a complete stop. Then you will be directed to exit out the rear of your train car. Make sure you take everything you brought on board with you tonight. You may now safely exit to the rear of your train car. Good night.